Shalom, shalom. I'm the brother Marakah. But first and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rukak Kudash, the honors of the apostles and others of great millstone, and the Akim out there that pushing his truth with nothing but sincerity. In the name of Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, started from the tribe of Judah all the way down to Issachar. And if I didn't say the honors to the great millstone. And we just had camp yesterday, you know. It was beautiful, and we were in the chapter of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, and we're talking about how it says the bones come together, though, with this word, though. And it was this thing with whoever is Yahawashi's elect, though, that they will come together, though, as one. So, it just makes sense, though. So I said, I might make a video, though, about that. I told the brother, though, and I told the brother, yeah, man, I brought it out in camp, though, saying it was like in that show in the 90s, which is this one right here, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that how each Power Ranger had a animal, and they had a power, though, like when they had the suit on, they get powers, though, so I told them that those Power Rangers represent us Israelites, though, the word is the suit, man. Once they that that suit comes upon the Power Rangers, though, they get powers, though, man. And it's the same thing with this word, though, which Acts the first chapter and verse 8 is, which I'll get that, and how it, all comes together, though, and I was telling the brother, it was like, yeah, man, I remember. I mean, it's been so long. I was a kid, though, when this show came out in the 90s. I was a kid, though, right? So I forgot what the big robot, you know what I mean? So I guess it's called the Dino Megazord, So in order for this Dino Megazord to be this giant robot, there was parts that had to be put together, though, because it was the Red Ranger, Tyrannosaurus, forms the head and torso, and it says the Mastodon, which is like I believe like the mammoth, forms the arm and back / shield, The arms are important too. Triceratops forms the left leg. Sabertooth forms the right leg, and then it says the Pink Ranger, which is the pterodactyl, forms the chest plate. Yeah, so yeah, I remember this, man. I remember as a kid, though, like they would all come together and make this big robot, which is the Dino Megazord, though, So all together, man, they'll create this big giant robot, though, here, So, there it is right here, though, fair use too, by the way, though. Fair use, I'm not making no money off this, not promoting it. So I'm just doing it for edification's sake, though, and that's it. So anyways, this is the row right here, See, you got the left leg, which is the saber tooth. You got the right leg, which is the three with the two horns, and then you got the mammoth with the arms, and then you got the important one too, but the important one, which is the head and the chest, the torso, which is the Red Ranger, the T-Rex one. But each part mattered, though, because if it wasn't for the saber tooth, the robot wouldn't be able to walk, though. And if it wasn't for the mammoth, which is the Black Ranger, he wouldn't be able to defend or fight. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be able to fight. And of course, if it wasn't for the Red Rangers, the head, torso, there would be no movement of the... There would be no head movement of the body, though. So the head is important, though. But each part is important, though. You know what I mean? So without each part, though, without each member, it wouldn't be a full function of a robot, though, man. So all the members matter, though. From the hands, from the arms, from the feet, though. You know what I mean? So that's what, I want to get into, though. So, yeah, man. So we're all, if we of the elect though, we each of us represents a good part though, man. You know what I mean though? So each of us, has a part though, you know? Like, you know, just gonna give an example of my camp, or not my camp, part of the camp that I'm in. We got the brother Kawak though, brother's real intelligent, man. Brother's real intelligent. And he what's it called? He'll read your spirit, man. Right away. you know? And brother will, like I said, very intelligent, could read your spirit right away, man. And then you got a brother Amawam too. When he makes a video, edifies though, man, he scrapes everything off the plate, man. As in, like, he he don't miss a part, he don't skip a part, man. He don't skip a beat, man. Like when he does a video or makes, he's in the knowledge of just edifying you, man. Like I said, scraping everything off the plate, man. You don't you don't skip a beat, man. So every one of us are, some brothers shit could make videos every day, man. Because they're in that spirit. Or the Most High gave them that spirit, though. Shit, some brothers could make videos every day, man. You know what I mean? And that's beautiful. Hey, there's some brothers that, like, for is it the brother Kana? If Salaki, if I'm saying his name wrong, Kana, he's in the herbs though. He's a physician though, man. He's a physician though. He knows how to make. He know everything about the herbs though, man. That's his specialty, man. The herbs though. You know. So there's a brother, brothers from Saints of Jersey. I believe them brothers they hold camp twice a week, man. Yeah, I think yeah. I think it was Saints of Jersey though. Those brothers held 2 camps in 1 week, man. So you see, so we all have a different type of spirit though, and the way of, but it comes together though, man. So this is 1 Peter 2:5. It says, "Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house, and a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to power by YAHAWASHI Mashiach." See, so we're all, Lord will, part of the elect though. Lively stones build up a spiritual house, because you're building a house though. You're gonna need the foundation. You're gonna need the what's that? Not before you put the drywall. The that pink looks like fucking cotton candy. You need that though. Insulation, yeah, insulation. You need the drywall. You need the paint though. In order for a house to be a nice looking house, you need all these things though, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a nice house though, but then at the same time, you're gonna have no air conditioner or heater in there. So that house is not perfect though, because it needs the AC. Imagine if it's 120 degrees though outside, and you got no AC. You're not gonna want to be in that house though. So that house has to be perfect though. You know what I mean though? So that's the thing about it though. So let me get because I remember I looked this up though. Let me get it real quick. 1 Peter 2:5. Yeah. Because I think lively, right? I think lively gives a definition though. Or stone does. I think it's stone. Watch. If I click into the definition of stone. Yeah. It says the metaphor, right? See, it says of Mashiach. You're part of YAHAWASHI. You're part of Mashiach though. You know what I mean? And that's talking about the electo, man. So the electo is building that spiritual ark though, spiritual house. And if I keep reading this here, it says, "Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lie in Zion a chief cornerstone, which that represents YAHAWASHI, elect precious. And he that believeth on him shall not be confounded," though. You see? So that cornerstone is really important though, because without that cornerstone, the stones will fall though. So that cornerstone, chief though, chief goes, I believe, goes into the first though. You know, it it doesn't. Without it, it won't be no pile. It will be a pile of rocks in the bottom. It won't even be up though. That's why Yahushai, when goes into the story about the house being built either on sand or rock, Yahushai is that rock though, because it will not fall though. The wind and water, if you build, and it's literal too, because if you build a house on the sand, eventually it'll fall in. But if you build a house on the rock though, it's a solid foundation where it's not going to be moved though. So you see, so building a trust in Yahushai though, it's not going to be moved though, man. We got to have faith though. You see, so the lively stones, you know what I'm saying though, they're building up a spiritual house though, man. They're part of the spiritual house. You see, so let me get 1 Corinthians 12 and 24. It says, "For our comely parts have no need, but God hath tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to the part which lacketh." See, like with the leg, right? You might think the head is important, which it is though, right? The head is important though, but see, without the left leg, how are you gonna be able to be mobile? So each little part plays a big role, man. That there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care one for another. Yeah, see, so you gotta work together as a team, though. You know what I mean, though. In order to win a championship, like for example, the 1990s Bulls, right? Chicago Bulls. Yeah, Michael Jordan, he was great though, but it wasn't for Dennis Rodman to get them rebounds, and you know what I'm saying, or Scottie Pippen to assist though. Shit, the Bulls wouldn't be the Bulls now though. But you see, Michael Jordan needed that though, man. Michael Jordan couldn't imagine Michael Jordan playing by himself though against a team of 6 of them, right? He would lose. Michael Jordan would lose. So he needed teammates. He needed teammates though in order for him to win the championship though. So don't think that even the brother that is in camp though and he's holding the sign, guess what though, man? That brother, it's special though, because hey, guess what though? Yeah, he might just be holding the sign and not speaking though, even at the reader or the speaker though, but at the same time, he still plays a part though, man. And it says 26, "And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it, or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now ye are the body of Mashiach, and members in particular." See? And now ye are the body of Mashiach, and members in particular. See? So it says in the scriptures, when 2 are gathered in my name, there I am. But I believe that's Matthew's 18th chapter. I don't know what verse though. See? But when two or more are gathered in my name, there I am. So from the brother that's speaking, from the brother that's reading, from the brother that's holding the sign, from the brother that's behind the camera, guess what? All brothers do a part though. You know what I'm saying though? All brothers do a part though. So we come together, man. Amos 9 and 11, it says, "In that day will I rise up the tabernacles of David that is fallen." And that's talking about the elect though. "Close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and will build it as the days of old." See, so you go into I will raise up the tabernacle of David. So the precept definition, tabernacle of David, says the kingdom of David, he ruled over the 12 united tribes. This kingdom will be restored. See, this kingdom will be restored though. So it's talking about the what? A promise of future restoration. See, and it's talking about a promise of the future restoration of Israel, which is happening now, man. You see, so each brother has an important role, man. Because you think about it, the Lord chose you, man. The Lord chose you to do his work. If it's not the head camp though, if it's just the brother from just holding the sign, guess what, man? You're part of it though, man. You're part of it though. You know? So hey, it matters though, man. It says in the scriptures that I'd rather be cause see, you come with this truth, you gotta be humble, man. You can't come with that pride and ignorant of the world, man. You gotta really be humble, man. You know what I'm saying? You just can't, man. Just brothers though that come from different walks of life though. From could have got a contract in the NBA. From fucking could have been singers, rappers, and shit. Hey, brothers that were shit, even like in the Marines though, man. Brothers that came from gang banging and shit, being in the penitentiary and shit though. Getting out though. You know what I'm saying though? Brothers having a lot of money, having a lot of women and shit though. Brothers come from different walks of life though. But you see, they put all that away though. They threw all that away to teach this word, man. You know what I'm saying though? So you come into the truth, man, you really gotta humble yourself, man. Can't bring that, can't think that you're more higher than another brother. You know what I mean though? You can't think that, man. You know what I'm saying though? There'll be a brother that is young in his 20s, but the brother is the head though of the camp though, and there'd be other brothers that be older than him. But guess what though, man? This brother's been teaching many years before this older brother came in though. You know what I'm saying though? So it's not even it's not even an age thing though. You know what I'm saying though? Not even an age thing though. But the Most High tells you in the scriptures, the Most High would rather have you in your youth though, doing the work though, man, doing His work though. Ezekiel 30, this is what we went into yesterday. Ezekiel 37:5, it says, "Thus said the Lord power into these bones. Behold, I will cause breath enter into." Oh no, let me get a 4. Oh no, right, I was right. "Enter into you, and you shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live, and you shall know that I am the power of the Most High." So like it, the Most High. See? So coming together, man, getting His word, receiving the word, man, not being spiritually dead no more. Knowing the Most High though, right? So all this coming together though, man, like I was told the brother yesterday, it's the milk parts that you first, because we could give you the meat though, but we would rather start you with the milk though, man. You know what I mean? So get some little understanding though, man, because then you're gonna end up like Neo in the movie Matrix, fucking waking up and believing it's can't be true, and then throwing up and shit because it was too much to handle, So, we gotta still with the milk part, man. And that's the thing though. So this is the bones came together, man. So hey, man, getting that wisdom and understanding though, man. Actually living though, because we know from right to wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? We know who we are. We know who our enemy is. We know YAHAWASHI is coming. We know how He looks though. The names that matter, the names are important though. All this though, man. All this though. So I'll get this last precept. Slakia. Jeremiah 3:14, it says, "Turn, O backsliding children, said the Most High, for I am married unto you." See? "For I am married unto you, the Most High. And I will take one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you into Zion." See? So this is talking about a certain amount, like a remnant, man. You might be a family of 10, right? 10 kids though, but guess what? It would just probably be you. It would probably just be you that be, saved though. But the Most High is only dealing with though. Shit, you might have 30 cousins though. 50 cousins though. But guess what? The Most High chose you. I was just talking to this about the brother, with the brother yesterday, that you don't be seeing camps though where we're from though, man. All the way from, I'm speaking from Kalinga, all the way to Visalia though, man. The brother said, I think there's a GMS or there's a brother in Fresno. I told that brother, well, well out there, like, it's a big city though, so hey, the brothers GMS though, hey man, and Fresno's fucking wicked, man. Fresno's just it's like little LA, man, right now. Man, Fresno's like little LA right now, just on that gang banging and killing, and violence type shit, man. So if the brothers out there in Fresno, hey man, let the Lord be with you, man, because man, Fresno's off the grids, man, for sure, man. You know. So yeah, we were just speaking on that though. But from here to Visalia, I don't see no Hanford camp, no Lemoore camp, no Stratford camp, no Avenel camp though. Definitely no Kalinga camp. And I just named what? Kalinga, Avenel, Stratford, Lemoore, Hanford. I just named 5 cities though, and these 5 cities though, well, they're small towns though. Some, there's two that one is city and the other one's small towns. But we prophesied, man. Us 3 brothers, man. You know what I mean? We prophesied in these different, besides Kalinga though, but because I prophesied in Huron though, a couple times though, but in Chona just like 5, right? But we prophesied in these different cities though, man. We prophesied in these different towns though, man. And this is 2 counties though, man. Fresno and Kings County. We prophesied in 2 different counties, man. You know what I mean though? So the brother was saying, well, we might be just the only ones though, man. And I was like, you know what? It's true. I mean, I said it would be nice though, to have a brother, nearby or something though. So sometimes we could just carpool and help each other out with like gas or something though, like it would be. Oh, I don't think I said that to the brother though, but I was thinking of, I mean, man, it'd be nice to to have a brother nearby, so we could carpool with each other, man, and we could, camp with each other though, man, because we ain't the farthest though within each other, but we ain't the closest though, man. But man, sometimes brothers don't be. Sometimes, well, I'm not speaking for brothers though, but sometimes I be, like, damn, we got fucking gas though. You know what I mean? I gotta work something out though, man. But like I said, it would have been nice to be able to carpool with the brother though, so we could all get together though. But hey, if it's just us 3 though, hey, one out of the city, one from the family. It says here, take 1 of the city and 2 of a family. See? So with that, hopefully this video was edifying. Till the next time I say, Shalom.